Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article. Now this is from Vox. And I don't want to say anything bad about anyone in particular there because we see what happens when you do that. I mean, even if it's, done in the name of comedy and it's things that the guy identifies with. But anyway, this is written by Nicole Niera. It's been updated on December 12th. The House passed a bipartisan bill that could legalize 325,000 unauthorized immigrants. So basically, while the impeachment thing is going on and everyone's focused on that, here's the House with Republican support. Basically, passing a bill that makes it easy for illegals to get legal status when they should be getting sent back. Period. Okay, we excuse me. We have plenty of people who want to come here legally that would be more than willing to do agricultural work. Have these people go back to their country of origin and apply. I'm sorry, but that's how it should be. The House passed a bipartisan bill Wednesday night that could give legal status and a path to citizenship to hundreds of thousands of unauthorized immigrants working in agriculture. You mean a bunch of fucking illegal aliens? Let's call them what they are. They're not unauthorized immigrants because to immigrate, the definition of immigration used to basically be about legally going to a country, legally entering a country. Now, the left has twisted the word so much that, no, you can't say that. You can't say that they're illegals, they're immigrants because immigrants is more appropriate. No, they didn't immigrate here. They broke the law to come here. Big difference. The legislation, the product of months of discussion, represents a rare moment of bipartisan agreement on one of the most contentious topics of the Trump administration, ultimately passing by a vote of 260 to 165 and attracting 23 Republicans. Yeah, and those 23 Republicans might want to look at the fact that if they're up for re-election, with the 2-year cycle thing, that, they better be prepared to lose because I'm sure a lot of people, that are their constituents are not going to be happy about this if they find out about it because this was done while everyone's distracted with impeachment. How convenient. The bill could legalize up to 325,000 immigrants currently working in agriculture who do not have legal status. It is still only a fraction of the 12 million unauthorized immigrants estimated to be living in the U.S. and the more than 2 million that would be legalized under the Dream and Promise Act that passed the House in June. But it is the biggest legalization effort supported by Republicans in recent memory. Yeah, and they're doing it not thinking that their constituency is going to find out about it and they could be screwed. Because a lot of those people that voted for them voted for Donald Trump. It's because they wanted control immigration. It's because they wanted non-porous borders. It's because they wanted people to come here legally. And here they are going against what those people voted for. I don't know how long they're going to stay in office. And the thing is these people came here illegally. They should get fucking deported. There are a shit ton of legal immigrants, people that would want to come here legally. You want a work visa to go and pick fruit? Sure, SA. Okay, here you go. They could literally be sitting there at the border doing fucking background checks with the people wanting to come in legally and go, you want a visa to go pick, tomatoes? Okay, sure. You want one to pick lettuce? Yeah, okay. And they would have people coming here legally. But these people just decided to show up here illegally. And they're going to get special fucking treatment. Let's reward them for being shitbags. Because they are shitbags. Because they have no respect for this country. They want to come here because the country's so great. But they have no respect for the process. They have no of immigration. They have no respect for the laws. They want to come here legally. That's one thing. But if they want to do what they're doing, that's another. And what gets me is and it's funny. If I could make him accent neutral, a friend of mine who came from Guatemala, all right, is even more hardline on immigration than most people I know. I mean, he is like really hardline because it's a smack to his face because he busted his ass. He saved up money in Guatemala. He went through the process. He jumped through the hoops. He paid the money and he came here legally. And these people just show the fuck up and get free shit. And it pisses them off, rightfully so. If I could make him accent neutral, they would try to say that he's a white racist Trump supporter, even though he is a Trump supporter and he's Guatemalan. Maybe I should do that and then do a reveal. That would really fuck with them. And they'd probably call him the equivalent of a Guatemalan Uncle Tom. Anyway, Republicans are usually reluctant to back any kind of legalization of unauthorized immigrants. You mean illegal aliens? Yes, because their constituency does not like it. So, unauthorized immigrants. Immigration restrict groups have lambasted the bill as a means of securing cheap foreign labor. Yep, at the expense of American workers. Yep, but the lawmakers represent districts where agriculture is a major industry. So fucking what? Agriculture is owned by, individual farmers or conglomerates, okay? Those aren't the mass voting bloc that they're hoping to get. They're just going to piss them off. It ain't going to go well for them. The Senate still has to agree to vote on the bill, but its success in the House signals that a piecemeal approach to immigration reform could be more feasible than a comprehensive bill like the Gang of Eight proposal that failed in 2013. Nope, ain't going to be a success because you know what? The members of the Senate that are Republicans have enough clue to realize that right now, the people that will vote for them are the ones who voted for Trump. And they don't want to piss them off. And one of the reasons why they voted for Trump is because they wanted legal immigration. They wanted controlled immigration. They wanted secure borders. And this is a smack to the face of all that. So I highly doubt they're going to vote for it. Because they know there's going to be major backlash. Or at least I would assume they would have to realize it. A similarly narrow bipartisan bill that would have eliminated per-country caps unemployment-based green cards passed in the House in July with significant bipartisan support before it was ultimately blocked in the Senate in September. Yeah. Because you're eliminating per-country caps. You're basically saying, hey, everybody, come the fuck in. Of course it wasn't going to pass in the Senate. Of course they weren't going to go near it. Of course it was going to be blocked there. You people are delusional. I am thankful that the House advanced this effort to protect our existing farm workers and promote an enduring workforce for agriculture. I look forward to working with our colleagues in the Senate to get this bill passed into law. Rep. Jimmy Panetta, Democrat, California, who helped lead the negotiations, said in a statement on Wednesday, "They're not our farm workers, okay? They're not Americans. They're not our people. They are foreigners. They are not our farm workers. They are here taking the jobs that other people would work, whether they be American citizens or whether they be legal immigrants who would be more than willing to come here for a work visa to pick crops." That's the truth of the matter. They're fucking illegals. They're people who thumbed their noses at the laws of this country and said, and the process, and said, fuck you, I'm coming, I'm just going to show up. Then, not only that, they start collecting free shit on top of working these jobs. So they're getting their welfare. They're getting their, their equivalent to the food stamps now, SNAP, okay? They're getting all that shit while they're picking crops too. And they're sending a shit ton of money home while they're living off of, the state's dime, or I should say the federal government's dime, because the state ignores the standards on what you need to collect those things and says, here's some money. And that's what California's been known to do. They've been proven to do that they give illegals, welfare and food stamps and everything else. The U.S. agriculture industry has relied on immigrant labor for decades, dating back to the Barcero program of the 1940s that allowed millions of Mexicans to come to the U.S. as farm workers. Yes, legally, and it was temporary. They came here, they picked the crop, they went back to fucking Mexico, and they made enough money that when they went back, they got to live those months that they weren't working comfortably. Let's talk about that from a historical context. Oh, wait, because that destroys your whole fucking narrative because, we allowed these people. Yeah, it was legally. These people aren't legal. Another large influx of unauthorized workers came during the 1990s before a slowdown that started around 2008, leaving agricultural employers unable to replace an aging workforce. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. In the 1990s, before a slowdown that started around 2008. There wasn't a slowdown in 2008. For fuck's sake. Oh my God. There was not a slowdown in 2008. Maybe compared to a few years prior. But we took in a shit ton of illegals and turned a blind eye. Baby Bush did that because, we need construction workers because we got to rebuild with Katrina and Rita, and there's other projects and there's not enough construction workers. And we brought in a shit ton of fucking people. And if you're making a comparison to that, then okay, it went down a little bit, but not that much. And I'm sure they're comparing apples to oranges here. That's the only thing that makes sense. Congress has been wrestling with how to respond to labor shortages in agriculture and reduce the industry's reliance on unauthorized workers ever since. Okay, it's real easy. They either start paying what the market is bearing on the note of what they need to be paying to get people to work the job, or you get rid of the illegals and you have people come in here legally like you did under the other program there in the 40s, the Bracero program, that are here temporarily. Solves the problem. Under President Donald Trump, that mission has taken on a new urgency after his administration's immigration raids targeting the agricultural sector. So wait a minute. Agricultural sector. The only things that they've raided were like chicken processing plants, as far as I know. And what's funny is, the illegals got removed, and a shit ton of people showed up basically the next day looking for a fucking job. Americans. And they got paid pretty decent money for what they were doing. And they even said that. They were asked. Some of them were asked outside the plant, why are you here? Well, this pays better. Sure enough, it does pay better. So let's leave that out, that, these are jobs that Americans are more than willing to take. Because, see, I'm sure that's what they're talking about with the chicken plant raids, okay? Because that's considered agricultural. Americans will work those jobs. Not an issue. Not an issue at all. At one raid in August, 680 workers were arrested at 2 Mississippi poultry plants. Yep, exactly. It's not clear whether the plants have been able to replace those workers. Yes, it is! Oh my God. They don't even want to admit that, but they said in a statement in August that they were recruiting at a job fair and encouraging applicants to have 2 forms of identification documents. They had people showing up at these plants basically the next fucking day looking for jobs, but it's not clear if they were able to fill them. They had people waiting in line for those jobs. You are sleazy scumbags over at Vox. You truly are. You know that people were there. They did interviews with them. And you're going, oh, well, it ain't clear if they filled those jobs. Oh, wow, you are dishonest, sleazy shitbags. The bill would give unauthorized farm workers a path to citizenship. And now this is where I have a major fucking problem. They should not be rewarded with citizenship after saying, hey, fuck America, fuck the laws, I'm just going to cross the border, fuck the process. I have a problem with that. They should not be getting rewarded with citizenship. This is disgusting. The bill would give farm workers who have worked in agriculture for at least 180 days over the past 2 years the ability to apply for a certified agricultural worker status, which can be renewed in 6 months or 5-year increments if they continue to work in agriculture for at least 100 days a year. Holy shit! They work a little over 3 fucking months. Okay? And they can keep their fucking status. Okay? They work 180 days over 2 years. So 90 days in 2 years. They work 3 fucking months. They work a little over 3 months. It's 3 months, we'll say. And they can fucking stay here. Working 3 fucking months. How the hell is that remotely right? So what are they going to be doing? I don't know. 9 months? Are they going to be collecting fucking welfare? Are they going to be getting free fucking shit? Well, of course they are. Because not only that, they will have the legal status to do it. Instead of just California handing out money to illegals, they'll have legal status. And that's what they're going to fucking do. How does this benefit the country? Keeping a bunch of people here that only work, 3 months a year. So that they can leech off the fucking system. It also offers long-term farm workers a path to a green card, which requires at least 4 more years of experience in the industry and a $1,000 fine. It's not a fine, it's a $1,000 payment. It's a bribe to the government. And I love this, which requires at least 4 more years of experience. So they only have to work. So let's see, 90 days a year times 4 years. They work 1 year total over 4 fucking years. Pay $1,000 and they get a fucking green card. Are you kidding me? They work 1 year's worth of work over 4 years and that qualifies them for a fucking green card? This is some scary fucking shit that they would actually think this is going to fly. Holy shit, they work. So for 3 years out of those 4, they're going to be sitting on their ass collecting free shit. Oh, the American fucking dream. The bill streamlines the application process for the H-2A temporary visa program for seasonal agricultural workers, which admitted over 196,000 people in 2018. It allows for up to 40,000 green cards to be granted annually, either through the sponsorship of an employer or if workers maintain H-2A status for 10 years. But they don't want them to go through a program like that. They want them to just be able to come in and get fucking, made a citizen. It also creates a new program capped at 20,000 visas for year-round agricultural industries, which were previously barred from participating in the H-2A program and were consequently facing labor shortages, including dairy farming and producers of other animal products. And what gets me about that is, and this really gets me, these corporate farms are about making bank. These corporate farms are the same ones who want these types of visas. Maybe you tell them to go fuck themselves and that they should pay a fair wage that the market bears, and then they wouldn't have a problem about labor shortages. Because if you're paying what the market will bear, people will come and work for you. If you really want to get people into your business and working for you, you pay above market value. That's how capitalism works. But see, they don't want to do that. So they want to be able to bring these illegals in, that are already here, get them to have a, quasi-legal status because they've already broken the law. They should automatically be deported, and then exploit that so that they can keep making the bank that they are instead of having to make a little less money and pay a more in wage because the market is saying that this is what it bears. And that says a lot. The bill tightens up enforcement, requiring that farm employers participate in the federal E-Verify program with no exemptions for small farmers. Oh, you mean the federal E-Verify program where that murderous fuck passed the background check? You mean that one? Yeah, that sounds like we should really be trusting it. Yeah, because that farm worker the one that was using someone else's ID or a fake ID and it passed. Oh, where the hell was that? Someone in the comments, if you remember where that was, he was like a Mexican, I believe. He pulled over, kidnapped a girl and murdered her, and they found her body like a year later or some shit. If you can remember that, please put it in there. But he passed that E-Verify program. So no offense, but I don't trust it. And it would freeze the minimum wage set by the government for 1 year and cap increases at 3.25% for the next 9 years, which might draw opposition from labor groups. So wait a minute, they're going to freeze the minimum. Wow, they slip in a freeze of the minimum wage. And this is what's fucked up. This proves my point that this is about these corporate farms not wanting to pay what the market bears on, labor. Because why else would you be sitting here going, let's freeze the federal minimum wage unless you're trying to exploit those workers and not pay Americans what they're worth or what the market says that they should be worth because there's such a demand for that, for workers. Pretty clear that's what their intent is. David Beer, a policy analyst at the Libertarian Cato Institute, who met with members on the Hill amid the negotiations, said that the parties started pretty far apart, but were able to reach a compromise in which Republicans recognize that legalizing farm workers who have been working in the shadow economy for years is absolutely essential to fixing the system. No, it is not. Okay, that's not going to fix the system. That's only going to break it more. The system is broken. because it's not being enforced. So, hey, instead of putting the system right and actually enforcing shit and deporting fucking people, we're just going to throw a Band-Aid on it that actually doesn't fix shit. It just hides what we're doing, what actually is fucking going on. Deport them. That's how you fix the system. You deport every fucking illegal. Okay, David Pakman, gone. Okay, he's here illegal. I don't care if he's a dreamer. Every other dreamer, gone. Okay, you came here across the border illegally, gone. And then what you do is you enforce the fact of they have to wait that mandatory amount of time that is required before they can reapply, for even think about applying to come here legally. That's what you do. That's how you fix the system, because that's how the system used to operate, and it was not broken. The left broke the system. Okay, Lawrence, Massachusetts was the first sanctuary city in the country. Okay, first one in the United States, Lawrence, Massachusetts. All right. And the left, because they wanted to see what would happen if they could import voters and everything else, they went through, Central and South America, they went to the Caribbean, and there were billboards. I shit you not on this. There were billboards, okay, in airports, bus stations, out on streets, saying, come to Lawrence, Massachusetts, collect free shit. I'm not exaggerating with that, okay? And that broke the system, doing stuff like that. Saying, oh, come on in, you could get free shit. Oh, come on in, who cares if you're not legal? That's what broke the system. You want to fix the system, you got to end that and get rid of everyone who violated the system, who basically, pissed on it or shit on it and disrespected it. That's how you fix the system. That's essential to fixing the system. What you're talking about, use of pseudo-libertarian beer, okay, is not fixing it. Dude, you sound like a fucking neocon shitbag who's representing corporate interests. Without legalization for undocumented farm workers, you're still going to have the problem of having a black market, he said. No, you're not. You deport them all. No, problem solved. There's no one there to fill in the need for the black market. There's no need for a black market because there's no one there to work under the table illegally. That's going to result in continued immigration raids and uncertainty for employers. Good. If you hire fucking illegals, then you should be sitting there worried that your fucking business gets raided. Because you should be paying for legal fucking immigrants and Americans to be doing those jobs. Not some fucking illegal because you can pay them pennies on the fucking dollar. Oh my God. From the Republicans' perspective, the only way to get back to certainty and legality is to clean slate, start fresh, and move forward with a legal workforce. No! The only way to get back to certainty and legality is to deport everyone and then get a fresh fucking start. You deport all the illegals and then you get a fresh start. You don't just go, oh, you're legal now and you're legal now and you're legal now. The system's still broken. It's unclear whether Senate Republicans might proffer. Why do they have to use words that no one uses in normal fucking English and normal conversation? Oh, that's right. They want to sound big-brained when they're talking stupid shit. It is unclear whether Senate Republicans might be prefer an alternative. I think it's prefer. But might pro-offer an alternative to the compromise bill passed in the House Wednesday, or whether it might be haunted by a previous failed proposal brought by Rep. Goodlatte, Republican Virginia. He had introduced a version of a temporary agricultural worker visa reform back in 2018, but most Democrats viewed that bill as a non-starter. Yes, because it was about temporary work visas, as in like the program that Fox, brought up here from the 1940s, the Bracero program. It's the same type of idea. It's the Bracero program for the 21st century, but that isn't good enough for them. And that's why they had a problem with it. That's why the left had a problem with it. That's why they're saying it was a non-starter. A significant bipartisan majority backed the bill in the House, which might push Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to bring the bill to the floor for a vote. But even then, it will still need Trump's backing unless lawmakers can secure a veto-proof majority. Not going to happen. Right now, there isn't an alternative. They'll either vote for the farmers or against them, Beer said. No, they're not voting for the fucking farmers. That's not about the farmers. That's about the fucking illegals. The only note of it being on the note of the farmers is these big corporate farms wanting to pay pennies on a fucking dollar for a bunch of fucking illegals to do the job. Because they don't want to pay what the market bears. Let's be honest. Okay, these aren't farmers. See, they're trying to portray it like it's the little mom and pop farmer. Okay, the family farm. Hence, family farm is going to be run by the family. It's going to be operated by the family. They're not going to have a bunch of fucking illegals working it. The only places that illegals work, like on the note of the farm system, okay, are big corporate farms. They aren't farmers. They are fucking guys in suits that have people running their fucking farms. The people running their farms are managers. They're not farmers themselves. They don't own the farm. They're not working the fucking land. They're basically they're having these illegals do that. Okay? And that's what they're trying to portray it as. Oh, this will help the farmers. This won't help the farmers. This is about helping the illegals, to secure more Democrat fucking votes. That's what it's about. Because path to citizenship? No, they should get green card status. I want them gone. But if we're going to do this, okay, then it should be they should get legal status and not have a path to citizenship because they didn't go through the system. They've had all these chances. They've had immunities. Some of these people have been here for 20 years or more. They've gone through multiple immunities where they could go, like Baby Bush did an immunity, where they could go and they could get a free fucking pass on them coming into this country illegally. These people didn't do it. Now we're going to fucking just, because they didn't even want to make an effort. Now we're just going to fucking take care of reform. No, get them the fuck out. Go bye-bye. See you later. Sayonara. Wait the 5 or 7 years until you can legally apply and then try coming back. Until then, don't want to see you here. And if you show the fuck up, we're going to deport your ass again. That's what you do. That solves the immigration problem. Because if you make it clear that these people can't just show up at your fucking doorstep, walk the fuck in, plop down on your couch and start eating your Cheetos, they're not going to do that. It's that fucking simple. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.